Hello Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ashcraft. If you are new here, you can follow me on Instagram at that same name. I will have everything linked and spelled down below. This is my Flosstube channel where I talk about all things cross stitch and anything else I feel like. Today is April 22nd and this is episode 27. Oh man, I'm trying to think of it. Oh, okay. Best new thing of the week. I got my second dose of the COVID vaccine yesterday on Wednesday. I am more than 24 hours into it and I don't have any symptoms. Knock on wood. I think my husband has a headache. We both got it at the same time. But I was super worried because I have depositions and a mediation today, and two of my coworkers had it last Friday evening and they were still sick Monday with symptoms. So I was like starting to get really nervous thinking, oh no, like I'm not gonna be able to do all of my stuff that I need to do the rest of the week, but so far so good. And I'm hoping that things don't like take a 180 in the next 2 hours. So let's see. I've done okay, I did take a few nights off of stitching because I don't know, I wasn't really feeling like I wanted to stitch, but I have a finish and I have a new start. So, and I have a little bit of haul, even though I'm not supposed to, but I do. Before I get into all that, last week in my description box, because I was on a time crunch, I didn't really have time to shout them out. So I just put their links in the description box. Kirsten, I don't remember how she says it. 23 Flavors of Stitching. She's a Flosstuber. I've been really enjoying her channel so far. She has not a lot of subscribers, so go check her out. Somebody else I listed last week was Mandy Mead from Mandy Mead Stitches. I know I have recommended her before, like a long time ago, but she posted a video after like a month or several weeks of not having a video. And so she had a lot to talk about. I always love her videos. She is one of those people where it's like, I get a notification that she has video up, I immediately click on it. And there's not a long list of people I do that with. And then I want to mention Georgia Stitcher. Cindy and her daughters, first of all, her daughters are adorable, but she gave me a shout out, but she purchased color street nails from my mom, these are the ones I'm wearing. They're like a pink marble. She purchased some for my mom, and my mom was like, who are you? You know, because like my mom usually knows all of her customers. And so then she like messaged Cindy, and Cindy told her that she heard of my mom through me, and I was like, oh, duh, yeah, hello. So I wanted to say thank you. My mom was like so appreciative, and she had no idea that I mentioned the nails on here. So, but I love them. I talk about them all the time. So thank you. And if you're not watching Cindy's channel, go watch it. Like, her and her daughters are adorable. She's also an attorney, so we got that connection going on. But I love her projects that she does. And she is making like record time on the Haid, the Sal that she's doing, that Darcy Cameron is doing, and oh my gosh, I completely just blanked on her name. Emma. Stitching with Emma. Emma Stitches. I'll link her, I'll tag her and Darcy. Their channels are amazing too. Gosh, Darcy is like, I'm trying to like watch his videos while my husband is in the room, hoping that my husband will also like him and let me start watching Flosstubes in front of him. Also trying to get my husband interested in cross stitch, but I think that's never gonna happen at this rate. So go check out those people. somebody I found literally yesterday because I've been on a huge mirabilia kick and trying to find all of the patterns. Ings Stitch, INGS Stitch. She has a video that she posted recently of her mirabilia collection, so that's how I found her. And I started watching her Flosstubes, and they're great. So go check her out. She's another one that is a smaller Flosstuber. And then also, Kyle Reckmeyer has a new video. Just like Darcy, if you're not watching Kyle, like, I did not know that men stitched. That was a whole new thing when I started Flosstube and started watching Flosstube. Seeing how many men also stitch, like Darcy, Kyle, Bart, Garrett, Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery, all these guys, and I'm just like, this is amazing! And it also gives me a lot more ammo when I try to teach my son how to cross stitch. My husband can't be like, this is for girls. Although he probably wouldn't say that. He probably would. That should not be a negative about my husband though. He does it jokingly. So if you like watching men in cross stitch, go check out Kyle Reckmeyer. He and I talk on Instagram, and he's freaking hilarious. Like on Instagram, he had this one joke that he shared. And it's like, you know, somebody asked the pirate, what makes you mad? And the pirate says, when somebody steals my pee. It was like next level jokes, like intelligent next level jokes. I sent it to everybody in my family to find out who the idiot is. And I have 2 confirmations that I'm not going to say. But like, I still think of that joke and laugh all the time. So I just mentioned like a ton of people. If you're not watching any of those people, go watch them. Basically, long story long. Okay, let's get into I almost said whips. Not my whips. My finish. I did a finish. Okay, so this is Patriotic ABC by Barbara Anna from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. Dun, da, da, da. And I even ironed it. Who is she? Who am I? Okay, look at that. Okay, so the main difference that you will see, and I'll pull up the bigger picture, is that I did not do the alphabet. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it, so I just took it out and instead replaced it with more stars. I did not chart where I was going to put these stars. I just kind of like, as I did one, I thought, okay, I'm going to go here next. This looks good. I probably could have spaced them out a little bit better, but I think it looks fine. And I really like it. I have no idea how I'm going to finish it, fully finish it. I need to look in my like stash of finishing things to see if I have anything or if I need to go look for something. I would like to have it fully finished by the time July rolls around. We'll see if that happens. But I think it looks great. I was a little concerned that this color was going to blend in with my fabric, but it didn't, so that's great. This is 16 count Natural Light Ada. I actually looked it up and I remembered it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna remember this because Natural Light, natties, that's what everybody drank in college. So, so I've had 2 cups of coffee today. I've been up since 5:30. So if I'm like more squirrely than normal, that's why. So I really love how this turns out. I showed it to my husband. He's like, it's lopsided. And I was like, yeah, it's charted that way. I don't know why, but it is. Yeah. Okay. I had to look and make sure again. It's lopsided on there. So, I'm happy that this was done though. I started this in January as my inauguration day stitch along with Rolodex stitches. She's the one who started that. And I stitched it during the inauguration. It was a glorious day. And then I worked on it during March Madness. It actually went farther in my March Madness than I was expecting. I don't remember who it was up against, what it was up against. So yes, I'm very excited about that one. Okay. My new start, current whip. I mentioned last week that I was going to do a new start for my dad's birthday. My dad's birthday is on Sunday, April 25th. And I showed this pattern in my haul last fall. Like one of my very first videos, probably like my second, third, or fourth video. I think if you want to go back and watch that video, I think even the title of that video is like my most sentimental pattern or something about being sentimental. I was very nervous to start this. I could not decide on fabric. I couldn't decide on floss because I didn't have any of the called fors, so I was just going to stitch from stash. Very indecisive, and I realized because I want this to be so perfect, I literally cannot make a decision. Like, I'm even more indecisive than I normally am. But I asked a couple of my friends, thank you Courtney, thank you Dawn, and they helped me pick out all my stuff. So I'm gonna try not to cry as I talk about this. Don't hold me to that. So this is When Life Is Done by Silver Creek Samplers. I knew the moment I saw this pattern that this was a pattern I wanted to do to, I don't know, celebrate, commemorate, whatever, my dad. So it says, I can do this. I love you just as much today as when you died and flew away. I'll not shed a tear. No. I'll not be sad or shed a tear. Your memories will linger near. We'll meet again when life is done and soar away beyond the sun. Okay, so Sunday is his birthday. He would have been 71. He died November 2016, a week before Thanksgiving, very unexpectedly. We thought that he just had the flu. He went to the doctor, they gave him medicine, went home, said he was just gonna sleep it off. A week later, he was dead. And he developed bilateral pneumonia, and that's what killed him. I think he had symptoms of pneumonia the last time I had talked to him, which was the week before, which was the same day that he went to the doctors. I think he had symptoms because when the coroner called me and said, you know, we determined it was bilateral pneumonia, I looked up the symptoms and was like, that's everything that he told me when I talked to him on the phone last week. So I think he had just started developing the pneumonia and then it just escalated. And then 2 days after his funeral, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And then, so that was December. In May, I graduated law school. July, I took the bar exam, 9 months pregnant. In August, I had my daughter. And then in November 2017, on the 1 year anniversary of his death, I found out I passed the bar. So, yeah. So I was very nervous to start this because I knew how emotional, clearly, it was going to be for me. So far, with where I've started, I've been doing okay. I've been fine. I think it'll be more emotional when I get to like the gravestone and probably like the girl and actually doing the words. But I started in this corner, so it's been okay. And then the other thing I decided was anytime I stitch on this, I have to watch a movie or a TV show that he and I used to watch together, because that was like our thing, was we would eat dinner and we would watch a movie. So the night that I started this, I watched Da Vinci Code, and then the second night, last night, I watched Angels and Demons. Those were two of the ones that we frequently watched. We were creatures of habit I'm a creature of habit. He was. We watched like the same 10 movies over and over and over for the last 25 years or so that he was in my life. So here's what we got going on. So here is my fabric. This is 16 count. Yeah, 16 count. Although, I don't know, it looks bigger. It looks like a 14. Could be a 16. Country French Rain. So here's where I started. I am not using any of the called for floss. I'm just picking what I have from Stash. So I'll probably list all the colors that I use at the end because I have no idea which ones I use at the moment. So I started with the brown branch and then the dark green, and then I went and I did the cardinal because that's the other reason why my dad's birthday is like a big deal in my family. Is not only is it my dad's birthday, it was also the day his mom died. She died when I was in college. She was 96 years old, and and she happened to die on his birthday, and his dad died on one of his brother's birthdays, so it's like a weird thing. But cardinals, my grandma was a bird watcher, and cardinals were one of her favorite birds, so I wanted to do that. All that's left on the cardinal are the feet and the beak, which they have charted like a goldish brown color. But I was looking at it and I was like, why does that look wrong to me? And I think because I've seen so many pictures of cardinals in my grandma's house, I Googled it, and the red cardinal has a reddish beak, like a light red beak. So I'm debating whether I want to change it or not, or if I just want to keep it the golden brown. But that is my start. Since I finished Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code, I won't be watching Inferno because that came out after he died, and I can't watch it because it has major shaky cam. I'll probably switch gears and go for a rom-com. Probably do Harrison Ford's Sabrina or The American President, because those were frequently watched in our house. So that was all I worked on this week because I took 3 nights off. And I think I will probably work on this until I leave for Arizona, which is on Wednesday, which again, I'm not going to have a video next week because of that. So, but I like this. I like working on it so far. And I'm not super big into backs. I'm not one for wanting a pretty back, but this one I'm actually pretty proud of. Like, that's really neat. Normally my backs, well, okay, this one's pretty neat too. Normally my back's pretty chaotic, but this one's not too bad so far. So those are all my whip, my one whip and my finish. Before I get into haul, I'm going to talk about plans. I'm working on kitting up to start my first Mirabilia. I posted on my Instagram the patterns that I have and asking everybody's opinion on which one I should start because I can't decide. And so the ones that I have, which you all have seen before, is Queen of Freedom, Lady Justice, and Sabrina. Speaking of Sabrina. So I can't decide. Sabrina and Lady Justice have been getting the most votes, I think, which is surprising because I would have thought Queen of Freedom would have been a big contender because it's an out of print pattern. Yeah. I think I'm leaning towards Lady Justice because I know she's going to go in my office. I am going to do a color conversion. I'm thinking of doing a black or gray robe and then either a blue or a purple sash. This is the sash. Blue because I just like blue, but purple is the color of law. So I feel like because I'm going to put it in my office, I should do purple because I'm a lawyer. So I'm leaning towards starting this one first, but I don't know what fabric I'm going to use. So knowing that I'm going to change the colors to black/gray and purple, tell me what color fabric you think would be good for Lady Justice, because I don't know. I have fabric coming for Queen of Freedom. I'm going to do it on the Constitution fabric by Primitive Hair. That fabric was specifically made for Lady of the Flag, but don't have that. That's like the top of my in search of list. Don't think I'll ever get it, but that's like dream pattern, unicorn pattern for me. So, and then Sabrina, gosh, I love Sabrina. And again, I feel like this would just be great on a neutral, like it is in the picture. But Jessica from the Needle and Floss suggested a darker fabric, like a hand-dyed, like bluish purple, to give the effect like it's nighttime, which I love because this is a dress that she wore to a party at the Larities. So I kind of like that idea, but I don't know if being on a darker fabric with this much white floss, if that would look funny, if you know what I mean. Like if you'd be able to see through it. So, but I really like that idea of like a nighttime-esque thing. So those are my plans for the future, sort of, that I'm like actively working on putting together. Don't know when I'll actually start it, but that's kind of where I'm at. Like I mentioned last week, Brandy from Stitch Me, she had a fight night, and it was her first fight night in a while, like I think over a month, and I was like, I'm obligated. I feel obligated to purchase fabric. So there were so many I wanted, but I ended up only picking one, and I ordered a 20 count even weave. So it's pretty big size. It's a purple. That's a pretty good accurate. That's pretty good color. It might be slightly lighter than what is showing here. But the reason I got 20 count is because Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, mentioned in a video when she was talking about, well, she was talking about all of the new patterns from Needlework Expo, but there was one she was talking about her pattern, duh. She was talking about her own Moo the Merrier pattern and how she designed it on 20 count. And the reason that she likes 20 count is because she likes the size and the effect of 40 count, but doesn't want to stitch with that small of holes. So 20 count is a really good alternative. And I got it and I was like, yeah, it's like looking at just a smaller Ada. And then I had to message her because I was like, okay, do you stitch 1/1? Because my immediate thought was 2/2, but then I thought if I did 2/2 or even 1/2, that would be massive. That would be like 10 count. So that would be like a giant pattern. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but that'd be giant. She just laughed. She's like, no, I do 1/1. I was like, okay. Just had to check. So that I'm excited to pick out something for this. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I really love this color. And I think purple is kind of like blue, where it's like an alternative neutral that you can do. So I'm excited to pick something out for this. Maybe something by Housewives, because I like changing their fabrics to something that's not black. Okay, the best one that literally just came in the mail was my Owl Forest order that I ordered like a month ago. I ordered 3 sets of floss packs. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so, and all of these, or some of them, are going to be used for my Owl Forest Mania. So many people are joining in now. I'm so excited. So Memphis, Sarah, and I are doing Owl Forest Mania instead of regular Mania or Stitch Sania. So we're basically taking the whole month to stitch on all things Owl Forest. I have a coffee sampler, the tea sampler, and now all these, plus their newest stitch along that I'll talk about in a second. So the first ones that I ordered, they have these samplers with birds. You know, my grandma was a bird watcher, so was my grandpa. I really love birds. So I ordered 3 of them. So they're not, well, they're labeled in Russian. So I had to go based off my memory of what colors look like which pattern. I think this is for the hummingbirds. These colors, so juicy. And the reason I will pay to ship these from Russia is because these flosses are next level fancy flosses. Like, look at the variegations on these. Like that blue, that pink, like, oh, I wish every floss could be this. So this is hummingbirds. I think this one, yeah, this is the swallows. Gosh, again, the blues, the pinks, the purples. Love it. And then the last bird one is bullfinches. These reds. These reds were what sold me when I was looking at them online. Love it. Okay, so then 2 years ago, yeah, every year they do a free stitch along, and it's usually like a massive pattern. So 2 years ago it was Wizard of Oz. Last year it was 100 Owls, which Rocio from Coco Hummus, she did it and finished it. Hers is beautiful. Athena from Stitching Goddess Designs, she's currently doing it. I'm pretty sure Beth, Busy Bees Stitches, is doing it or finished it, and that is a beautiful pattern. I love owls, and I will probably do parts of it as smalls one day. So the one 2 years ago was the Emerald City Wizard of Oz theme. I ordered the thread pack. Oh, look at those colors. Look at those colors. I mean, and then it came with a DMC Etoile for the actual Emerald City. This is a free pattern. You can go download the entire thing. You could stitch it from scratch. I think I'm gonna dye some fabric for this because I couldn't quite find the right green color that I wanted. So now that I have this and I can do a floss toss with colors, I think I'm gonna dye my, my own green fabric for this. I'm gonna definitely start this during Owl Forest May. Oh gosh, I could stare. I could stare at these flosses all day. I love them. I love them. Okay. And then I placed another order with Owl Forest last week, this week, I think it was last week, because their newest free stitch along that starts soon is Alice in Wonderland. I love Wizard of Oz. I love Alice in Wonderland. I am like a fairy tale person. I love them. Alice is one of those ones. I did musical theater growing up. I was in Alice and Wizard of Oz more than anything else. So the fact that they're doing Alice, they also came out with 2 floss colorways. So you could do it with 3 colors, or you could do it with like a whole rainbow of colors. I ordered the full color pack, and that I already received a shipping notification for, so I should hope I will get it before May is over. I know so many people who have already said they're gonna do it, who have also ordered their floss packs. Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, she's doing it. She's also going to partake in Owl Forest May. I think even Kyle Reckemeyer said he was gonna do Alice, and I think he was gonna order the floss, and by the time he went to go order them, they were already sold out. But they said that they're going to restock them as soon as possible. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Alice and to like actually be able to do an Owl Forest stitch along while it's happening. So if you want to join in, I mean, it's free. All you do is you just go every single week or whenever the pattern releases, and it's free and it's on their website. Very excited about that. And then the last thing that I ordered, and I have no idea when it's coming because it was a pre-order and I did not read the fine print because I was so excited, was Forbidden Fiber's newest cross-stitch kit is Bridgerton themed. So that is coming with a fat quarter of fabric, 10 skeins of exclusive, like Floss is dyed for this box, for this kit, a pattern, and then Bridgerton goodies. So I'm so excited, and I think they still have some left, and there's a bunch of different fabric options. So I'm very excited for that one. And I honestly have no idea when it's coming. I probably could go look, but it is what it is. So I think that's everything. I talked about my mirabilias. I talked and almost cried about my whip. I showed you my finish. Can we just, that should be my thumbnail. Look at, I just can't even with this. It's beautiful. I think that's it. I think my husband just got home with my B-dubs because it's Thursday. And I love their wings. I know, I'm so basic. But it is like my favorite thing ever. So, I will see you next time. Comment down below what you're stitching this week. Again, I'm not going to have a video next week. And so I guess I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.